Rogue Tyrant from Gurkha. Hey everybody, I'm ABK, and this is Cigar Vlog. So yeah, check this out. I got this as part of a big old sampler. It's a rather oddball line from Gurkha, labeled specifically Rogue. So I'm not too sure how that plays in with the rest of the Gurkha line. But anyway, it's put out by the same people. So it is, for all intents and purposes, a Gurkha line. I've never had this before. I have no idea what's going on with it. I know it's a nice flat box press, which is always kind of fun. Kind of funny these things actually round out when you smoke them. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to come into this with a completely fresh face experience because I have never had this before. I've never even seen this before. So, a little excited. Go ahead and get this cut up here. Well, excuse the wind noise. For some reason, this state is like seriously messed up when it comes to wind. As in, every day is breezy and windy and blows across my mic and makes a mess. Focus, thank you. Come on now, phone. Focus for me. Be good. Alright, there we go. Gotta admit, I really am digging the banding on this one. Oh, hey, check this out. Shaggy foot. Actually get that on camera here instead of out of frame. Now, this is kind of a neat thing that some cigar manufacturers will do. It's called a shaggy foot, and it's basically where it's not really just like cleanly cut like it would normally be. There's a little bit of excess, so that way you can kind of just torch it. Not have to worry too much about scorching it. Let's say if you're not careful, it can make for a winky light if you're not careful. Alright, let's see how that worked out. Alright, so far so good. Clean tobacco, light cocoa. No spice at all. Ooh. Here's hoping this one turns out nice. Oh wait, there's a little bit of a kick in the back, right at the tail end of the actual draw. You just let it linger in your mouth a little bit. You'll notice right in the back of your throat a little slight twinge of spice. Not bad. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and smoke this down about an inch and see if it wakes up. Okay, so about an inch in. And so far I'm noticing light clean tobacco, subtle cocoa, and just a subtle spice at the very back end of the draw, or the actual mouth, the actual puff. I also kind of noticed that, weirdly enough, I think that the whole shaggy foot thing may have been a contributing factor to a slightly off-centered burn. I had to do a little bit of a slight touch-up, but overall, burn's fairly consistent. And kind of wants to autocorrect, but at the same time kind of is a little off, and it's kind of the cross between the odd nature of the foot and my particularly stellar lighting skills. Otherwise, very light, very clean. Interesting. Well, anyway. I'm going to go ahead and smoke this down to the halfway point and update from there, which is going to be probably about where that lower foot band is, because this band is like taking up half the cigar. So anyway, whenever the ash falls off, or whenever I get to a reasonable halfway point, I'll go ahead and do an update from there. Otherwise, not much else to say at this point, other than the fact that for some reason, this little band here, this little guy here, this is taped on. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's like this is a traditional band, this one's held on by tape. Kind of weird. Only oddball thing that I've noticed so far. Anyway, I'll update you at the halfway point. Okay, so this is a pretty good halfway point. The ash just fell off naturally. So, decent update from here. A is not a whole lot of change from the last update, truth be told. It's been pretty consistent so far. Slightly sweet, slightly spicy, real mellow. Real mellow. I don't know if I just got my tongue burned out on something, or if this is just a super smooth, mellow, just kind of kick back, relax on a sunny day cigar. So for the flavors that I'm getting off of it are, well, like I said, slightly sweet, slightly spicy, touch of cocoa, clean tobacco. Overall, overall, something you probably want to sit down with a big, well, obviously, you know, your favorite whiskey is going to be a good choice. A good rum. You could probably kick back with a beer, too. Coffee-wise, I'm not sure I would necessarily go with anything particularly super-duper strong, otherwise you won't be able to taste the cigar. Because for some reason, this is really, really mellow. Retrohale is kind of pretty. It's not bad. Kind of standard. Touch of cocoa. A little earthy. So I was thinking this one's going to have a little bit more punch than it did. It turns out it's actually kind of a lighter cigar. That's not a bad thing, by the way. Sometimes it's kind of nice to have a nice, lighter cigar if you've been smoking like a lot of Maduros or something like that. Just as kind of a palate cleanse. Keep hearing noises like somebody's gonna come storming through and give me a stink eye. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and smoke this down on the nub here and see if this maybe wakes up a little bit or maybe has a flavor change. It's seeming pretty much to be kind of consistent. It's just kind of a mellow kickback cigar, which is kind of weird considering the labeling. But you know, whatever. I don't know that the whole labeling convention. Me personally, if I would actually put out a line, I would have a label that would at least have some kind of indication of what was going on with the cigar, as opposed to just being here, just put random this on it, and you know. It's like, I don't know how they actually go about naming cigars at Gurkha, but I can't complain because they are kind of cool. Otherwise, though, the actual cigar here is a lot more mellow than the overall advertising would make you think, which is not a bad thing, by the way. Anyway, I'm going to smoke this down to the, well, I guess the nub, and update from there. And sometimes it's fucking me ankle. Okay, so right at the nub here, provided I can avoid burning my hair, that kind of flops into it. After the midpoint, the flavor changed a little bit. It still maintained that kind of clean natural tobacco, like cocoa, but also took on a slightly grassy note, which is actually not a bad thing. If you've ever, you know, had that nice fresh cut grass smell, or gone out in like a field, provided you don't have allergies and can enjoy it, it's kind of that feel when it comes to the grassy nature. Overall, though, interesting cigar so far. Definitely not what I was expecting. It's light, it's clean, it's refreshing, which is kind of interesting. Would I probably buy these again? Maybe. Every so often it's kind of nice to switch up your daily routine with something just a little different, just to kind of refresh your palate a little bit, and maybe just kind of remember what you like so much about the heavier stuff that you usually do, if that's what you do. And it's like vice versa. If you smoke a lot of lighter naturals every so often, have a Maduro. I mean, that's kind of about where this one sits. It's that kind of, you know, once in a while, take a little break from the heavy stuff and just have something light, crisp, clean, and just kind of mellow, kick back on a hot day. Overall, drink recommendations, obviously you can have any kind of whiskey or coffee you like with it, or, you know, shit, grape soda, I don't care. But I would recommend probably a light ale, more than anything. Other than that, though, interesting retrohale, refreshing mouthfeel flavor, excellent quality, by the way. The only burn issue, I think, is probably just a hazard of the loose tobacco hanging off the foot. Sometimes that can kind of dink with your overall light, kind of like it did with mine. Then again, I've been kind of known for not being the best lighter in the world. Anyway, so far, pretty good cigar. Don't ask me what the price was, because I got this in a sampler, so I don't know if I don't even know if you can get these separate. I'm pretty sure you can. And even then, prices tend to be very subjective depending on where you are and what your local regulations are and what your tax situation is. Some places have tobacco taxes, some places don't. You know, prices can fluctuate dramatically. But overall, though, I would definitely say this is worth the money. Beyond that, though, I don't really have much else to say about it. It's light, it's clean, you know, kick back on a hot afternoon. Other than that, that's pretty much it. So, beyond that, if you like this video or any other video, like, subscribe, leave a comment. Check out my Twitch channel, where I Twitch on Sundays with Little Blade and Soul, and Wednesdays, provided I don't get stuck in another game that dicks me over with a freaking broken-ass quest and have to do it Thursday. Wednesdays I will typically be doing like something different. Usually Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind as of current. Slightly modded, just so it looks better. Anyway, there's a link to that on my overall channel page. Check it out if you get a chance. I do midnight to 2 a.m., kind of a night owl slot. They are recorded, so they'll be up for like a week after initial broadcast. So if you want to hang out and maybe, you know, see how bad I fuck up a quest, or every so often I get like an interesting chatter that brings up a rather interesting topic. So, whatever floats your boat. If you want to check it out, by all means, feel free. Other than that, that's all I got. I'll see you next time.